What's going on, guys? Soon here, and welcome back to another video. Today, first of all, I want to talk about new ideas I have for some operators, but also before that, I want to say I'm probably going to go back to the 3-video schedule. At the moment, this seems like an idea. I might easily go back and do something else again, do like a 2-video schedule, but it seems like a Monday is going to be Rainbow Six Siege Day, the Wednesday is going to stay as Battlefield 1 videos, or Battlefield 1 in detail videos, and on the Friday will sort of be any general topic, usually Battlefield stuff that will sort of leak over from Battlefield 1 in detail, but occasionally I'll have things in other games as well. Rainbow Six Siege is a game I love playing, and I kind of thought, you know what, the videos do pretty well. I'll do stuff every Monday on Rainbow Six Siege. If I do live comms, if I do topic videos, ideas videos, challenges, stuff like that, you know, anything that happens in Rainbow Six Siege and I do, I'll go up and record it and make it into a video for Monday. So from now on, that will be on a Monday. Not really any series about it, but you know, it'll just be something that's around Monday, always Rainbow Six Siege Day. And seeing as it's kind of a Wednesday when this video is up, today I'm going to talk about Rainbow Six Siege. That might sound odd seeing as I've given you a schedule, but I'm kind of lazy and behind time in general, so here we go. So now the first ideas video, or operators ideas video, did extremely well for my channel, so of course I'm going to do a part 2, which is this video. Now the next operator we know, or we believe, will be Japanese. That's all the information we have so far, is that they're Japanese. Now of course this is the last DLC, but we might actually see a Season 2 with even more DLC, seeing as the game is actually growing in popularity from its launch. Yeah, that's right, the game is getting more popular than it was at launch, which is pretty impressive, I would admit. So like I said, we pretty much know the next DLC will be Japanese operators. We know this from announcements that Ubisoft have made, and also from plenty of the DLC season pass information that we've been given. Now there's actually a lot of Japanese special forces, but the ones who especially deal with counterterrorism are the SAT, which stands for the Special Assault. Now in terms of the SAT, there isn't really anything that's particularly special about them. They don't have any special techniques, special equipment, or anything like that. They're basically a standard counterterrorism unit that will work with the police when it comes to a dangerous situation. So it wasn't a huge lot that we can instantly assume they'll have access to. So of course I had to speculate, as always, and I got a few that I sort of come up with that I think 3 of them are quite good ideas. So now the first one is a banzai charge. Now if you know during World War II, Japanese soldiers would actually hide in the grass or in little sort of bunkers built underground, so when the American soldiers got close, they'd climb out of them, yell banzai, which I believe is like charge or something, or you know, within those lines. It's basically a war cry, and they would charge the American soldiers with katanas and bayonets and actually try and attack them before they realized what was happening. Now the way this would work in-game is it would be from any position, from prone, from standing, from crouching. He could instantly go into this charge and maybe pull out his katana and slice the nearest enemy with a short animation. This would be extremely similar to the bayonet charge in Battlefield 1, albeit with a katana rather than just a little knife on the end of a gun. The one difference this would have is he'd move a little faster, seeing as the pace of this game and the one-shot headshot, of course. Also, maybe that the only problem I could see is that he'd only be able to kill one enemy with it, and then they'd be taken out because they couldn't get the sword around to get other people, because you run into an enemy, put the sword away, and that's it. But aside from that, it is relevant, it's logical, and it's definitely something I could see working. You can imagine if you're lying down on the objective and there's one guy who's about to breach in, you can actually go up and charge at the door he's about to breach through and get him, so when it opens, you actually get a kill. Or maybe even if you're going around a corridor and you see one guy, you can actually charge straight at him, use this, and take him down, and then maybe actually get quick enough to take out the enemies as well. Like I said though, it is historically accurate in a way, it's relevant, and again, it's something I definitely like to see. I think it would be pretty cool. So now next up, I even have an idea for this guy's name. The next operator is Hornet. Now, first of all, in terms of Japan and Hornets, they have extremely large ones, so it kind of makes sense in that way of, you know, hey look, it's a Japan operator and there's Hornet. It just kind of works out in a way. This guy would be an attacker, and he'd have access to a black Hornet UAV. Now these things are absolutely tiny. They're tiny little UAVs that can actually fly around and scout out enemies. Now the instant thought that I had when I thought this idea was, he's not really going to do anything. He's just going to fly around, be a nuisance, and kind of spy on me at the same time. Which is true, and if he was entirely useless and enemies could always hear him, see him and know where he was, then I guess then the main thing you could do is give him a zoom function. These things are extremely advanced and have 3 cameras, so maybe you can actually give it a zoom function, meaning that you can sit further back and actually scout out the enemy without having to get so close. This would kind of work, except the fact then you come up with the whole thing of, but hang on, can you just park it somewhere and get a brilliant line of sight that the enemies will never be able to reach, and that way they won't know where you are at all, and you can easily get them every single time. And that's totally fair. So if you added a buffing mechanic to make it more powerful, then I reckon you should add like a battery feature, meaning that it can only last so long out, away from the person, otherwise it will actually run out of battery. What this does do is it adds a little bit of traversity for drones. The amount of times where I think, you know what, it'd be great if I could get on top of that building with this drone, rather than having to throw it up there, or rather than having to pick it up again and then throw it, if I could just drop it somewhere and I can actually fly it above, over the top of the building, rather than having to perfectly get it lined up. I guess maybe it goes a little bit too far in terms of gaining information and becomes into that realm of, again, slightly pointless, but it is maybe a clever idea, and if you give the character some powerful weapons, then maybe that's actually a class we could see. Now the next idea is a healer. Now hold on, the instant thought is this is absolutely stupid. Somebody can heal everybody else? That's the dumbest idea already. Just stop making this video, just give up. And I had the same thought as you guys. I was thinking, that's never going to work. And then I sort of dig deeper into the idea and I thought, okay, if we did it as a bag, a really big bag like Rook, that is easily noticeable from everywhere, and to actually get health you have to walk up to that, take one of them, and you get 10 health. That could kind of work within the sense of defenders within inside a building where this character is can actually go up and get healing, but then everybody else won't be able to just do that because it's maybe in another place. It also then might make it so that people want to stay closer to this bag, meaning that it makes it easier for everyone else to attack because they can just roam around without the worry of people being there, knowing that everyone is by this health bag. Of course, you only get 1 each, and like I said, it only grant 10 health, and you wouldn't be able to use it if you were in the down but out stage, and you wouldn't be able to use it if you had 100% health as well. That's kind of obvious, and it'll be 1 per player. Now, of course, the attackers could use it as well. So if you're playing on a game mode where you have both bombs, then you could actually go up and put it on one bomb, and if everyone on that bomb dies, the attackers can actually go up and use that, so it would work for both sides in a way. Again, I think this could actually be a pretty good idea and something we could actually see, but it's just getting the balance perfect, because it wouldn't be overpowered, but it'd be annoying because you think somebody's on like 1 health left. They get this bag and now they have a bit more, enough to take you out. So for the final idea I have, it's the idea of a decoy device. Now this would be on attack, and it would basically simulate the sound of gunfire, and maybe even to make it a direct counter to pulse, maybe even simulate a heartbeat. Maybe if it was a slightly different rhythm, or if the symbol was slightly different or something like that. Just a way that Pulse could kind of tell, but not at a quick glance. Or maybe even just leave it standard, making it a direct, serious counter to Pulse, giving reason to why they buffed him in the first place, rather than keeping him as he was. This thing, I imagine, would be a pretty big device, and would be easily noticeable, but the one problem I can see is it's kind of pointless. I mean, how many times do you actually shoot at something and find that enemies then suddenly appear around that area? Not usually, doesn't usually happen on attack. People usually wait for you to come around a corner and then get you, rather than thinking, oh, his gunfire's over there, I'll run directly in the direction that I think he's shooting. The other problem as well is, like Glass, it's kind of selfish. There's no way you can really contribute to the team and actually help them go up and secure an objective, unless maybe it gave off a different type of warning, like somebody pushing down, or somebody putting down a breaching charge or something like that. Aside from that, no way this could really be super helpful to the whole team as a whole. So now these ideas, they're kind of ones that I came up with, not quickly, but within like a day or two. I love the Banzai charge idea and the Hornet one. The healer is pretty good, but the decoy device is a little bit off the rails. Not sure that's one we'll actually see. But if you have any ideas, go below and tell me in the comments. I would love to see them, and the last video got so much of a good response that I want to see how this one can do. Like I said, the schedule will be revamped by Friday, hopefully. That's when I'll get on top of everything and start making videos again. But until then, guys, Blue Monsoon out.